This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too. I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour to talk about Heart and Hustle Houston. Not to mention, too, there's a ratings update. I will show you that, and y'all, it's good news. It's very good news. It's very, very, very good news. So with that being said, let's get to it, because I had tears with this one. I had tears. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. You know, I'm going to really have fun with this review. I really am. Not saying I don't have fun with all the others, but I really am going to have a good quality Yankee Doodle dandy of a good time with this one. So let's get into it, because there was a lot to my thorough notes. So we're picking up where we're at Mocha, right? Shout out to Mocha, black-owned business, everything going down in Houston, Texas. Shout out to them. So Shaniqua is talking to Ro, and there's an argument going back and forth, and Shaniqua calls Ro a bitch, and Ro says that Timu wig. And Shaniqua says, big ass. Now, really? This is what we're doing. No one knows who you are. We don't want to know you nor care for you. Latoya, she just left. And I'm just like, I know you had the right to leave because of the receipts and everything, but also too, that is your group. No one kicks you out of your friend group. And you know what I put down for Shaniqua? I said Shaniqua does not look formed like a woman fully. In the words announced the butler from the name, we're still waiting for the DNA results. But I felt that way because I'm just like, who are you to call Ro big? Let me tell you, let Ro be a super soaker, slip and slide, season pass water park energy with all that. Okay? Hell, don't make no damn sense. Just because she was gifted and nobody wanted to gift you with anything, you gonna call her big ass? Really? Check. Ooh, if you want to see who's a curse, look at how they moving like a curse. If you want to see how somebody is a blessing, look at how they're moving as a blessing. Moving on. So then the ladies are coming in. Latoya wants to honor 20 women, and she wants to do a women making history dinner, and Elena and Ro will be honored. Elena can beat a face like nobody's business, and Ro is dominating in a male industry. Now, I'm surprised Ro has never been on Bar Rescue with John Taffer went to Houston, because I feel like Ro would be great on that show. Chloe talked to Shaniqua. Child, why talk to a curse who's a curse? I don't get this. You the one who brought her to your girls' night. Made it uncomfortable. That was your fault. And you talked to her? What is wrong with you? I can't. Okay. But then Chloe said that she felt responsible, right? So as they were recapping the night, then Chloe afterwards in her confession said she felt responsible. So good on you for at least recognizing it, because I'm like, what the hell? So Ro was proud of how far she's come and did not want to react in a bad fashion to Black-owned business. It does not want people to think that she's not involved. Let me just say this to you. I think people really get twisted, Ro. When you are drinking your warm out of your Black-owned business and being about your purpose, and when you respond, it's a problem. Let's keep going, because I'm gonna address some shit tonight. Okay, all right. So moving on. Anniversary of Latoya's dad, her sister, and I think one other family member is going to go to a comedy show because Latoya's dad liked to laugh. So then we get to Elena. Brookie is Elena and Josh's daughter, and then Landon is a runner track star. In the 300 meter, he got third place, but in the 250, in the 250, he got second place. So congratulations on that. Congratulations. Hopefully prosperous for everything else in between. We got to invest in kids, y'all. We do. Absolutely, we do. So then Mimi comes in, Miss Linda, that's Elena's mom. And Elena's mom was hard on her. Nothing ever good enough, and it will always have to be on. Hey, Colton, good to see you, brother. Love you as always, my man. So we'll always have to, put on. And I can only imagine what that is when you always have to be on. You never have an off switch, right? And I'm going to get into that at the end of this after show, because I have a lot to say about this episode. So, 15, 16 years old, Elena would do everyone's makeup for free. But Mimi, Miss Linda rather, wanted Elena to get paid. So she saw the inch of a gift that Elena had and made it a mile. So shout out to her. The new studio is happening. They're manifesting doing makeup for Beyonce, and apparently Elena just did the makeup for Beyonce's cousin. Now, if it's the thick one in that blue dress, Lord, I must say, yes indeed. Praise be unto God. Hallelujah. Amen. So that being said, Elena is journaling a lot. She's pouring into her kids, her husband, her job, and her friends are teaching her self-care. And Miss Linda was doing the best that she could with putting on that front. And Miss Linda had to save face. So Elena's dad and Miss Linda's husband was an alcoholic. So Elena never had anybody teach her lessons of what a man is supposed to be. And I will just say this, I think he did. Sometimes people show up in your life as lessons on what not to be. Okay. So Elena never really healed from being cheated on, and weekends she's working day to day with the kids. And Miss Linda said that things happen to build character, but Elena doesn't like that. Miss Linda wants them to be happy, and then they get into time management with mama-daughter time. And Elena said in her confessional she feels like her feelings don't matter to her. And they end the conversation, Miss Linda and Elena, by saying, let's just start saying I love you. And I thought that was sweet. So the good thing about this show is you feel the real from the show. You actually do not mind watching it. And actually, to tell you the truth, you really are sad. You're sad when it's over because you got to wait. You got to wait until Saturday at 9/8 Central, right? And by the way, tune in at 9:06 because they're trying to be sneaky with Love and Marriage Huntsville because that show's so desperate to exist that they got to leech onto a new show. Child, if you're the number one show, you should end at 9 and let your platform stand unless your platform is shit. Child, let's roll on. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if it let it fly, it must apply. Now, with that being said, we get to the dinner, right? The ladies being honored. Rodney Jones, who's an attorney, Latoya, teamed up to put this dinner on. The ladies arrive, and Ro gets recognized. And Ro says, I never have that moment of, wow, look at Ro. And I just want to say this to you. First of all, always recognize you if no one else is going to recognize you. I was literally talking to a coworker a couple of days ago. I said, the only people who will never see it for you when your dream comes true, is the people who never believed in you. Now, there's a difference between people never believing in you and people may not understand your dream, but they still love you. And I feel like Ro works so hard that she never takes to stand back and smells the roses. Ro, in all the working that you do, live. Okay? And all the working that you do, live. And all the working that you do, live. Okay? So with that being said, Elena says it feels good to be recognized, especially with everything going on right now. Latoya has been thinking about that event, and Chloe believes that Shaniqua needs to make an apology to everybody at the table. And Chloe wants Ro and Shaniqua with me. I'm just like, no, that's okay. I'm with Ro. Like, what do we need to meet for? You the one that acted a fool, not me. I defended myself. And Latoya doesn't want anyone in the group that has to prove that hard that they're worthy. And good on you. I still feel like it was a coward move to like leave. Like I get it was the receipts and everything, but also too, like, no, you coming in this domain and telling me what to do? Oh no, that's not happening. No. But also too, everyone has their limit too, right? So now we get to Labrina and Chloe in this conversation, y'all. Oh my Lord. So Labrina, Pop is with his dad Mondays, Tuesdays, and weekends. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Pop is with Labrina. And Labrina's not liking it because Pop's grades are falling, right? And, in the household I lived in, it was A's and B's. You guys see? Okay, cool. But make sure it's a 3.0, right? And there was a class that I had called Communication Grammar Review. I retook it like 3 times, y'all. It was that hard. And when I finally got the C, I called my mom and dad and be like, hey, Mom, Dad, I got a C. Is that okay? They were like, yeah. I'm like, wait, what? And they were like, we understand that you're at a different level. Thank you, God, for understanding parents. But also, too, there are some people that, no, you got to get an A, you got to get a B. Listen, at this point, as long as they are making it and they're putting the work in, support them more than that. Listen, that. I mean, what you want them to do? Some classes are hard, whereas C, you are grateful to have. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Chloe feels like that she's forgotten Nico along the way, and Nico became the man overnight for the family. So for those of you who don't know, Chloe and Mo They were married for 7 years, and then 2 years later, he passed away due to a heart attack. And so Nico had to be the man overnight and take care of his sisters and his mom. So he didn't have a chance to really breathe and figure out his life journey. And so, Chloe gave all to her daughters, and Chloe is grieving and has not been able to say how she has felt to Nico because she has not checked in. And Labrina is so great in this conversation because she says, listen, you're trying to deposit this, that, and the third into everything else. So what you need to be deposited into. Deposit mama love. And I feel that. Sometimes parents do not recognize, I'm not saying all, but some parents do not recognize, you don't have to do the most for me to love you. Just give me your best. And don't play with how you're investing in me. As long as you're investing your best in me, and I feel that that's all I care about. That's it. And so, Nico has no plan B, C, or D. And, that worries Chloe. But what Labria said was, Nico needs to know that regardless of what happens, the love don't drop off. And, the crux of the arguing or the disagreements and the uneasiness of the house with Chloe and Nico is that Chloe's dating someone younger. And Labria said maybe you should take a step back from Justin and put energy into your kids because age is catching up with us. We only got one life. And take a step back from Jordan. And I put in my notes, tears, because I had tears. I'm just like, this is why I love reality TV. Like, that's a real conversation that many moms have had with themselves and their homegirls. Like, this is what we want to see. I'm loving this show. So then we get to Chloe and Nico. And Chloe says, I know the 16-year-old Nico. I don't know the 24-year-old Nico. And, Chloe brought up Labria's conversation to Nico. And Chloe, gets angry because she feels like Nico's supposed to take care of her, but you are not my caretaker. Now, there's this thing of, mamas looking at their sons like kings and this, that, and the third, right? And I will just say this. I understand what it is that's your baby boy. I understand that for, the daughters, that's your baby girl. She will always be a queen. But you also have to recognize their adulthood as well, right? And that was probably very hard for Chloe because, after losing the love of your life to a heart attack, to depend on your son has to be a tremendous burden, right? So I'm proud of her for recognizing that he's not her caretaker, but also, too, it's okay to feel like you are wanted by your son. Two things can be true, right? So it was the girls that was Nico's focus, and Chloe said, I feel like I forgot you. Chloe apologizes, and she feels like a bad mom in her confessional. I'm feeling so sad for her because it's like, even though Chloe's a lot to deal with, I do see the humanity in Chloe. I see that she's a real one. You know what I mean? And Nico was also depressed because he couldn't go into the studio because he's thinking about everybody else. And, Chloe says, I will put no one before you and the girls, right? And so, they talk about, Nico's plans for music. And, Nico says that, I got to drop some music and some videos. And, Chloe says, I'm only harder on you because I'm your mama. And let me tell you something. The mama switch, the daddy switch, it don't turn off. it just don't. And I thank God it doesn't. Because there's been times in my life had not been, not just for the Lord on my side, but had not been for my mom and dad, I would not be where I'm at in my life. And shout out to my sister too. Happy birthday to you. Love you very much. So yeah, I definitely felt Chloe's, heart, grow 3 sizes that day, to use the words of the Grinch. And Nico's gonna go into the studio tomorrow. So shout out to Nico. Shout out to Nico there. I'm pulling for Nico. I really, really am pulling for him. So then we get to Chloe. And Shaquana shows up. Good Lord. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right down now. Because this is what Chloe is giving me right here.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
We still don't know where that bitch live at. Shout out to DD Leaks. I love that meme so much. But with that being said, we get Shaniqua and Ro, right? And Chloe believes in second chances. Chloe, to use some words from Auntie Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Okay. All right. Moving on. Now, Chloe stands up for Ro and they hug and everything else. Ro is not used to giving people second, third, and fourth chances. After you've done her once, it's over. And Ro is not the one from her confessional, right? And there's this conversation from, weirdo versus bitch. And I feel like this. You the one who pulled out the receipts. You are a weirdo to show up at a event that is not your event to come to and to chastise my friend. Yeah, you a weirdo. And you put that 20 on 10 with bitch. That was you, Shaniqua. Okay. So, and by the way, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but it went from this to this with the widescreen, and I loved it. Like, I'm just like, wait, is that my laptop doing that? But no, it's actually the show itself. So the quality, not the quantity, the quality is superb on the show. So Rose said it wasn't shade to you. Latoya is soft, and it felt like you were attacking her. Rose said it felt like bullying. And, Rose said with her daughter and in that space, and not to mention she too bullied the bullies, right? It was a triggering thing for her. I feel that way too. Like, listen, I'm going to just keep it a buck. I saw something today that just really made me laugh. I saw one person say, well, Braylon was mean, this, that, and the third. And then another person said something about me. And you know what was so funny? 2 comments out of a whole chat had some negative say. What I've come to realize is this. People will hold an image in their head just so they can feel a way about you. Meanwhile, everybody else has gotten to know all of you, and they love all of you. And I'm going to wrap this up with a bow in a minute, because I wanted to say that because I felt wrong of like, I have evolved, and I don't have to prove it to no fucking damn body, not here, there, or anywhere. But what we will not do is paint out a picture so that way you can have a collection and feel like you own me. That's what the fuck we're not gonna do. And here's the thing too. I believe in doing the right thing. But after I do that right thing, if you still want to be a professional victim so you can feel like you have something going on in your life, that's on you. That's a you problem. That's not me. So, with that being said, Shaniqua went through bullying, olive oil, 6 foot tall, this, that, and the third. And, now I said what I said at the top of this show. Shaniqua doesn't look like a woman, fully formed. The words of Alice Butler, we're still waiting for the DNA results. But, listen, we only know what we know. I'm only judging what you're giving me. In the words of Karen Huger, who just got out of jail. Shout out to her. By the way, Real Housewives of Potomac, October 9th, we will be reviewing that. Because that show has more juice than Love and Marriage Huntsville. Every show, more people are excited for that than what's on with Love and Marriage Huntsville right now. Like, that should tell you something, right? But let's roll on. So Ro is weary and she's went through a lot, right? Because she's been set up, she's been, robbed, she's been this, that, and the third. And here's the thing. I don't think people are mean. I think some people, when they defend themselves, they look mean to others when they don't want to take responsibility for what they've done. And so you want to have a superior complex. Shout to Candy Birds. And so, you know, you don't get the right to say what you want to, but yet that person who knows who they are and they know whose they are, they know how they move, and they can't stand up for themselves. I don't know where you come from that you don't think because you said something that you can't get no smoke. Oh no, that's not how that works at all. So Ro is tired again, hurt, and that's why she's so guarded. And Chloe said that, you know, Nico and Ro, y'all sharing similar stories. And, you know, when you're not treated well, it makes you show. That's what Shaniqua said. So Shaniqua apologizes, says you don't have to worry about that again. You were the fucking weirdo. That's what the fuck you were supposed to do. But, spirit of Ro, I will give love, grace, and space. And this is the first time that Ro has ever thought about moving forward with somebody. And Ro said something very important. She said, just because we move on doesn't mean we're going to be best friends. Just keeping it a buck. And, you know, Ro is saying she's fighting with who I am versus who I used to be. Steve Harvey has a quote. I was who I was, and I am who I am. And I'm cool with both of the people. That's where you got to be. Now we get to the preview. LaToya's dating life is talked about. Ro wants to date. And there is baby talk. And there's a pregnancy test. By the way, shout out to Navarro Blue, who was on Ready to Love. I saw you. Congratulations, gorgeous. Congratulations. Now, I just want to say this. Okay, I just want to say this. When a person has said numerous times, I do not blame this person and that person out loud many times, at that point, you are listening to what you want to hear. You are. And I felt for Ro, because it's like, no. What we're not going to do is gaslight me to make me feel like I've done something wrong when I said what I said in defense of myself. Now, somebody's taking up responsibility over again. You need to recognize that shit. Because at that point, you're taking an inch and making it a mile just to be able to not have no smoke, soot, whatever on your clothing. Okay? But what I've come to realize is when I say higher is waiting and low is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. There are some people that they want to go higher, but they always have the need to go to the lower that's available. I'm not defined by one person. I'm not defined by one show. I'm not defined by how much I do. I'm not defined by how people view me. I'm not defined by how people embrace me. Because YouTube is a platform. You're the vehicle. And as a man thinketh, so is he. He or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. Anybody can be a prison to entertain you, but it takes a somebody to be a gift to bless you. Now, I will just say this. This is September 7th of 2025. 9 months, the length of a pregnancy. Have you not seen what has happened in the world? And some of y'all want to be one-trick ponies out here on one topic, one show, one yeah. But see, here's the thing. When you put all your eggs in one basket, eventually the basket breaks. So if you are so defined by somebody else, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who in the flying fuck is you? I said a long time ago, when that show ended, it was going to prove who's a real content creator, who's not a real content creator. Now, if you cover other shit, in addition to Love Huntsville, I ain't talking to you. But sincerely, are y'all really that warped, that decrepit, that lost, that this is all you can do? Are you serious? got black women dying out here because of maternity and morality rates. We got a president that don't want none of us around in any shape, form, or fashion. On top of that, people's benefits are being taken away. But yet, they don't want to invest in the economy. We got bigger issues here. Besides defending one person or a show or any one fucking thing, we got shit to do. Damn. And it pisses me the fuck off because I'm just like, oh my God, does anybody not see the plot? And I'm just like, you know what? Listen, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I wish you well. I really do. But my Lord, anybody can create content, but it takes somebody to be an artist to be able to evolve. And some people just don't want to evolve. They don't. In this episode with Chloe and her son Nico, I saw an evolution in Chloe that reminded me of me. Now, I don't have any kids. I'm the biggest kid I'm raising. But I do appreciate Chloe for recognizing that, hey, you know what? I was wrong. I did this, that, and the third just to try to cope. But just because I cope doesn't mean I don't have a heart. And sometimes in life, people are going to accept anything just so that way they can have a purview. But the gag is this. Until you can do a fifth quarter or a half of what that person has done that you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Because I think we judge people off of a moment way too quick and we throw them away and forget their totality. But God forbid you go through some shit and you need somebody to come through for you. Where are the helpers? Where are the helpers? Where are the helpers? They ain't coming out for you because you weren't helped for your fucking damn self. But we don't want to have that conversation, though. We don't want to have that conversation, though. Sometimes the reason why lies live is because y'all allow the truth to die. You do. You do. You absolutely do. Seriously? Seriously? You know the story that I think about every day? It's those 4 black girls at the bottom of a fucking basement. They got bombed because somebody didn't like the color of their skin. And you know what's crazy? We're bombing each other socially. We are. It's fucking sad. We are literally hanging each other as strange fruit. Know your fucking history. And all we got is each other. I mean, sincerely, it just boggles my mind. I'm just like, oh, I'm going to have a good time with this review today. Because I gotta get this off my chest. When Rose said that felt like bullying, here's the thing. Just because someone is protective doesn't mean they're an asshole. We all have buttons. We all have lines. We all have limits. But God forbid you have a day you cast into the pit of hell. Really? He or she who has a sin cast the first stone. And since I can't cast it, since you can't cast it, since we can't cast stones, we should all shut the fuck up talking. Okay? Because I mean, sincerely, and I'm going back over the episode and tying everything in because this is it for me. I'm saying everything that needs to be said in this live. Now, when it came to Nico being depressed, I felt for Nico on that. I absolutely did. There's been times where I've been depressed. sometimes about my life, sometimes about the world, sometimes just how do you continue in a world that you feel like maybe the world doesn't want you to exist? And I think we tend to negate the weights that people have on them because it's not happening to us. I remember a point in time where every kid in the neighborhood was everybody's kid. And now if it ain't your kid, it ain't my problem. Now I know every village was not put together. There were some people in the village that need to be mentally castrated, deleted, handled disrespectfully. I got that. But I would like to believe that most villages actually came through. And I was literally talking to my mom. I said, Mom, sometimes it is hard to keep going and being right and being kind and being true when you have a whole world that's basically is rejecting you for that. And when it came to the no plan B, C, and D, I feel Nico's energy, right? Because while it's important to have a plan B, C, and D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, L, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, O. Now I know my A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, O. Next time, won't you sing with me? The reason why Nico is so focused on plan A is because I'd rather give everything I got to plan A than to go to B, C, and D in terms of those plans and miss out on the shot of what could have been. And I feel it. So that's the thing about dreamers and doers. Dreamers have a hard time being in reality, and doers have a hard time with dreaming. Because it's a mental clash here. It's a mental clash here. It's a mental clash here. So I appreciate that Nico reflected in his conversation with his mom that while I have this gift, also am burdened by how to use my gift when I don't even know how to utilize myself. I thought that was great growth. Absolutely great growth. I thought that was great. I truly, truly did. When it came to the ladies, right? When it came to the ladies being honored, I thought that was great. And if we don't celebrate the good of us, we won't have anything good to celebrate. We just won't. We just won't have anything good to celebrate. And it truly, and I'll say this, you know, Issa Rae is a legend, right? But when she said, I'm rooting for everybody black, I literally said to a coworker today, if I could ask Issa Rae that question, when you say you root for everybody black, does that also include Amanda Seals, or are you selective of who you invest into? Because my thing is this, if jobs have standards and requirements, then why can't we for our life and our culture? You should not have to apologize for having a stance. You shouldn't. You absolutely fucking should not. And this is the problem with some people. Some people are so hell-bent to down the hill with that flag that they don't recognize the longer they put in that flag, the more their body tenses up, and eventually you're dead. Meanwhile, the rest of us, we're going all across the world planting flags. We have activity. I mean, sincerely, I thought the dinner was great of recognizing that, hey, it takes everybody to make this world go round, not just the selective few. When it came to Aliana and her mom, it seemed like Miss Linda is very cutesy, very mindful, and very demure now. But it seemed like she had a knuck if you buck energy back in the day. And let me tell you something, black women, they make shit happen. Without black women, there's no me. There's no Barack Obama. There's no Michael Strahan. There's no Michael Ealy. There's no Morris Chestnut. There ain't all those fine men that y'all women love so damn much. Without y'all, there wouldn't be none of them. And here's the thing. There's not bad men. There's not bad women. There's just bad people. We got to get out of that shit because we do need each other. But also, too, we don't have to invest in everybody. And I feel like Miss Linda, she has reconciled with the past that has happened and the future that could be. And she's in her present, enjoying the fact that she is still here to be able to give herself a chance. And I feel like with Aliana now, we don't know what is going to be of her storyline with Josh and the cheating. But I do believe that Aliana still loves Josh, but that mental climb out of that hole, she's taking her time with, because it's easier to be in a hole that is dark and you can't see it, this, that, and third. It's better to be in something that you know than try to climb out the hole for a chance for you to fall back in the hole. Just keeping it a buck there. And like I said, the argument at the beginning, I just felt like, listen, with Shaniqua, okay? Shaniqua, business is business, child. Now, I would have understood it if LaToya and you have had a lifelong friendship and y'all just broke it off and she never wanted to recognize you. Then I would have a problem with that too. Like, we know each other. But you're pulling out receipts over 2013-14. Okay, cool. And I think sometimes people will hold on to what was just so they can have something leveled in their head. They'll hold on to what was just that way they don't have to really deal with the reality of what is. Ooh, can I get a witness from the congregation on that? That was a deep word. Sometimes people hold on to what was in order to negate what is. Some people will hold on to what was to negate what is. Like I said, 2 negative comments out of a whole chat. That's why I'm so relaxed. Because I'm just like, listen, you had a moment with me. That was it. The fact that you still don't hold on to that goes to show me your mental health ain't well. Because if you're holding on to that and that person moved on, just imagine what else you are holding on to. That's breaking you. That's not breaking me. And when it came to Pop and Labria, right? And the splitting up of the time. Like I spoke to Nico, I'm going to speak to Pop. To Pop, I know what you're thinking right now. Why are all these adults around me telling me what to do, this, that, and the third? You know, the words of Bobby Brown. Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why they can't just let me live? Da 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 da. Making my decisions, that's my prerogative. It's my prerogative. Hey, I'ma do what I want to do. It's my prerogative. You're right. It's definitely your prerogative. But when you do what you want to do and negate what you need to do, you sometimes don't get a second chance to get it right. You don't. And maybe there are some things that you are going through at 15 that you have not talked to your mom, your stepdad, or your dad about. And like I said, not everything is for your parents. Sometimes things are just for you. But the more you lock in to blocking out what could be said, you're also blocking out the help that you could be receiving. I'm very much about my business. Very much about my business. And sometimes I get tired of taking care of business, right? Adulting is hard. But what's even harder is you not recognizing that you need to be still with yourself, of yourself, and by yourself. And just say, hey, listen, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm scared. It's okay to be scared, Pop. It's absolutely okay to be scared. Anybody who says to you, Pop, Nico, any young black man out there, and black women too, anybody who says, oh, I've never been scared, I've always been the champ, this, that, and third, they're fucking lying. Some people, and you know it's crazy too, some people have Kelly Price energy. It's on YouTube, it's on TikTok, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, it's everywhere. There's some people that have Kelly Price energy in real life. But yet they'll say, oh, I don't think that she should have done that, this, that, and third. But yet you have a fifth, quarter, or a half of the same meanness as Kelly Price does. What the fuck? What are we doing here? What's wrong with you? And I say all that to say, don't get so caught up in trying to be so strong that you don't recognize when you fall down, that you don't recognize that you're not strong. I literally said this to people today. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong. It's to those who can endure. And it's sad that some people are closer to the grave to die than at the cradle to start life. And they're doing what they want to do that's comfortable for them, but not recognizing the fact that people have the right to do what they need to do for them too. So, Pop, to you, recognize that it's absolutely okay, that you have the right to do what you want to do, but don't ever think for 1 minute that you negating what you need to do is going to allow you to do what you want to do. That will never work. That will never, ever, 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 ever work. And not to mention, too, you don't have to have life planned out, Pop, rather. I was about to say Nico. But, Pop, you don't have to have everything worked out. Your parents didn't have everything figured out. But along the way, they allowed themselves to know that they can be a solution. So recognize that you are a solution. Recognize that there is more to come. And recognize the space that you're in, while it may feel uneasy, your rise or demise starts, is made, and ends with you. I'm pulling for you, Pop. I really am. And this is why I love this show. See, you... I mean, sincerely, I mean, I've never really talked like that in any of my reviews, but with this show, I feel like I need to, because life and death is in the power of your tongue. And child, some people do not deserve tongues. Some people don't deserve voices. Some people don't deserve the mouth for anything to actually work. Now, as we get to the 50-minute mark, I want to bring up the ratings for Heart and Hustle Houston, right? And I think that this is going to showcase the power of focus, vision, and an all equal success, right? So let me show y'all this here, because this made me smile. This absolutely made me smile. So as you see here, this is, by the way, this comes to us from USTVBP, right? This is the website that has ratings for all the shows and stuff, right? So, by the way, USTVBP. So that stands for the United States Television Database. Okay, just want y'all to know that. Now, right here, with Making It Rain, 114,000. That was the first episode. Okay, P2. Then it jumped to 160 for The Good, the Bad, and the Fine. That's episode 2. Very cutesy, very demure, jumped up 161,000. That's 1,000 people. This last one, 181,000 people. Now, I want to talk about this because, sincerely, this was a whole new show that nobody really knew about. This, that, and the third. I was the first person to break it out on YouTube. Just like I was the first person to break out the Never Ever Met. So I broke out 2 whole shows. Actually, you know what? Let me go down my resume real quick. Steve Harvey Morning Show, ABC News, Nickelodeon, WeTV, Say Goodbye to Mary Mary, iHeartMe at 26 years old, interviewed Dr. Shania Horn, interviewed Aaron H. Diamond, Millie, Josh from the Never Ever Mets, interviewed Sonny. I got accomplishments, John. But also, too, I recognize that those accomplishments are not all of me. They're part of me, but they're not all of me. And I am so proud of the ratings for this show. And it is growing. And I sincerely believe it will be OWN's #1 show. And what is going to end up happening to all of the dumb, idiotic, one-trick fucking ponies is that when this show gets #1, your ass is going to be dried the fuck up. And there ain't going to be shit you can do about it. Because, see, here's the thing. The people that are pivoting, they're pivoting for one of 2 reasons. Either they know it's more to them and they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, or they're pivoting just to fucking exist. Because, in the words of Anonymous T,
because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
People make time arrangements and considerations for things they want to care about. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Hang on 1 second. Hey, I'm almost done with the live. And I'll call you straight back. No. I'm gonna call you straight back. All right, bye. I'm gonna call you straight back. Sorry, y'all, I had a call come in. But see, like I said, honor your commitments. Do what you say you're going to do. And guess what? Just because you don't have the best to give doesn't mean that the best that's in you doesn't mean that's not good enough. This show is going to get to #1. And I promise you, the people who are finally going to start covering it, y'all going to look so inauthentic. You're going to look toxic. You're going to look tired. And I feel like at this point in my life, at this point in other people's lives, I am not going to sit around and wait to be recognized by somebody when, guess what? Whether everybody watches me or nobody watches me, I'm a somebody to me. Like I said, y'all see the ratings growth, right? Like I said, 100. Since we want to talk about Periana legs and shit. Probably want a cracker? See, parrots usually repeat things of people, right? But question. I think this parrot is saying people want more from reality TV. Y'all see it, 114,000 right here, 160,000, right? 161,000 and 181,000. It's rising, and some of y'all are falling, and it's a fucking damn shame. My Lord, is this the best you got? I mean, sincerely, my Lord. You know, I want to pull up some lyrics real quick. Right here. Because I want to pull this up. Right here. From Miley Cyrus. Right here. Oh, hang on. There we go. I can almost see it. That dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost without no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna want to make it move. Sometimes it's gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's way on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm going to remember the most. Yeah, I just got to keep going, and I got to be strong. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. Always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm going to have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's way on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah, there's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. Sometimes it's going to be uphill battle. Sometimes you're going to have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's about the climb. Yeah. Keep on moving. Keep on climbing. Keep the faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith. Whoa. Oh, yeah. The reason why I wanted to bring up The Climb by Miley Cyrus is because, sincerely, for some of y'all are not willing to climb. And because somebody wants to take a different path than you want to get big mad. You want to argue. You want to be the head bitch or bitch in charge on your throne. Child, if you want to crown that bag, go to fucking Burger King. Just because you have the right to say so, don't make it true. What the fuck wrong with you? Is this what we're doing? But you know what I've recognized though? The people that say, nah, boo, boo, you're at the top of the mountain, are usually the people that are at the lowest of the mountain. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? So, sincerely, to everybody trying to climb, to be higher in their life, to be greater, and to want more, kudos to you. And to everybody making fun of the people that are climbing, recognize you're lower than where they started. Because sincerely, and I'll end it with this. When you watch Family Feud, right? It's a survey. It's a game about survey, rather. We asked 100 people this, that, and the third. Just because you don't get the top answers doesn't mean you won't get any answers. Some people feel like if I don't give the number one answer, we ain't gonna win. But that's where the problem lies, when you forget that it takes everybody and being open and not closed to win the game. That's where you lose the plot. Sometimes it's the third round where you win. Sometimes it's the second. And I haven't said this in a while, but let me just say this on the big screen. It's better to place in third than not place at all. Some of y'all are wrecking yourselves just to be in first, and you're looking like a fucking piece of shit. With that being said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must fucking apply. With that being said, I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we done the whole show over a fucking hour. Ciao. Listen. I need to get all that out, child. I need to get all that out because I'm just done. Sincerely, I'm just done. And I'm talking about like just the world in general, y'all. I'm just done. I'm going to still make sure every tour is sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to make sure every tour is sunshine and rainbows, for sure. But when the rain and lightning is on the tour, I'm going to get you through that too. And take what you need out of this, spell out the bones. If this message ain't for you, then don't consume it. But if you do consume it, I hope the flavor coats your throat, lines your stomach, and sits down in the pit of your soul to recognize some of y'all are allowing yourselves to be dictated by somebody else's existence. And in the meantime, between time, you are erasing your own existence in the process. We're live on tour. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with more right after this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour. Roll it.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and a here we go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Y'all, that's it. I ain't got nothing else for you. I said everything that needed to be said about this episode and everything in between, child. With that being said, everybody, y'all know we always end it with a daily motivator. I will come back on camera to give y'all this daily motivator. The first thing that I would say, and I'm going to use the title of this episode as my daily motivator, No new friends. First thought, don't ever do that. Instead of no new friends, how about we only accept friends that deserve our investment? First thing, that's a universal law that should be for everybody. Number 2, 3 questions that we should all ask ourselves. Who is this person? How long they have been in my life? And what is the consistency of their energy? If you can't answer 3 of those 3 questions, then you need to do some checking upon your friendships. Universal advice, everybody. And finally, just remember, everything that glitters ain't gold. So if you want to know why your fingers are turning green, maybe you should just quit picking up anything and actually hold on to something that's important. And with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing, guard yourself, is another thing, be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I spend time with you. You spend time with me. Hopefully by spending time together, Ross, we great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or knowing that you can stand 10 toes down. Not because you're defined by this, that, and the third, because you know, whether with or without that, you're somebody for you, not for anybody else to exalt you. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just ready to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you, I value, I embrace you all. Always remember, when receive love, you gotta give it. When receive love, you gotta give it. When receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, wherever successes you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. Finally, y'all, sincerely, be grateful that some doors do close. And I know what you're thinking. Damn, Bray, really? Are you really saying that? I'm like, yeah. But here's the blessing of it, though. For every door that closes, that was a door you wanted to stay open. And for what God has for you, or wherever you believe in has for you, God and wherever you believe in only opens doors that need to be opened. Let that sit with yourself tonight. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love. And I send it right back to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your location. One love, much love, all love. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.